This is so much work.
This is so much effort.
Why is this so much effort right now?
We have made it to DC.
We're in DC.
We've done it.
It's been a day.
It's been a fucking day.
It is 5 o'clock nearly. And we are not leaving this room.
Nope.
We are done.
We had started our journey this morning at about 5:30 this morning.
Mm-hmm.
We flew down to DC, made it here in great time.
I think we actually did land early.
We did. We landed early. We were good to go. We made some friends and had lunch, and then we waited in line for 2 hours just to get registered and to get these yellow wristbands.
Now we have Livestrong wristbands. Look at this.
So tomorrow morning we'll be getting up early again to get the ticketed.
How early, Callie? How early are we getting up tomorrow?
I don't know what I just said. Brain empty.
6:30. No, you didn't say that's why.
Oh, okay, yeah, I just said earlier.
We're getting up at 6:30. No, we're gonna be there at 6:30 tomorrow.
So we gotta be up at like 6.
Yeah, so that way we can go and
stand in line again.
Stand in line. Hopefully not as long.
We'll be there a lot earlier because I mean we got there at what 2:30.
Mm-hmm. And there was already lines.
And there was because you can line up. They let you line up an hour before.
Yep. So we need to get there an hour before.
Correct. So we'll be getting there to get our ticketed wristbands for the ticketed authors.
We'll figure it out.
But we'll be getting those, and then we will finally have some time to bum around DC and hang out and go to the independent bookstores, go to some coffee shops. Once we have the ticketed wristbands, all of my anxiety will go away.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
Currently, what we are doing to make our lives a little easier and a little easier for the authors is we are writing our names on Post-it notes in each book where the authors are going to be signing it so that they can A, reference our name, sign it fast, and it'll be on the page they need to sign, make the line moves faster, and helps everyone just involved.
And then we can like visit other authors.
Yes,
and
we can
too. So
correct. So
that's the whole idea.
Yes.
We went through and figured out which people are in the morning and which people are in the afternoon.
Which, funny enough, most of our authors are in the morning. Which is fine.
We each have 6.
Yes.
In the morning. And I have 5 in the afternoon.
I have 3 in the afternoon.
You are recording.
Huh?
I was just making sure I was recording.
Oh.
I panicked myself.
But, I mean, those are just the authors that we brought. There's some authors that we purposefully didn't bring books because we knew we wanted to explore and they have a huge backlog and we can pick from what they have to offer.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll give us a lot of time. There's also a bunch of vendors here selling bookish things.
We got things.
We did get things as well.
We got pillows.
Oh.
We got pillows.
I need you to take...
And then we got a book sleeve, but mine's on the floor.
So is mine.
So I'll show you those later. But we got pillows. They're very dangerously comfortable, and I might actually take a nap.
Oh yeah, there's a nap in our future.
Very soon, hopefully.
You do what feels right.
I don't know.
Okay. Then I can't help you.
There's no helping me. This is Hannah's book.
Huh?
This is Hannah's book.
Okay.
Hannah, we have your book. Alright, it is Friday. It's like almost 10 o'clock. So, figure I should actually vlog a little bit. But this morning we got up and at like 6 in the morning?
5:30.
5:30 in the morning. We got up at 5:30, but at 6 we were over at the other hotel and we got coffee, and then at 6:30 we were waiting in line for getting wristbands to see ticketed authors on Saturday. We got them all.
Woo!
Both of us did, which is really exciting.
Anxiety is gone.
So all the anxiety, all the panic about it is gone. Turns out, like, we had no real reason to panic.
Nope.
Yeah, we had no reason to actually panic. You're now in frame.
Oh, excellent.
They just didn't explain it very well.
No, it was not explained very well. because they ran out of the ticketed author wristbands for the Titan pass holders. Turns out they had different wristbands for each level.
Yeah,
we were fine.
Which they failed to mention.
Yeah.
But now we know. So we know this now, which is good.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think for all of our stuff, we're within the first 150 groups, which is chef's kiss.
We
awesome.
like this. And then we went and got books.
Yep, there was the bookstore at the hotel with all the authors that we went and got a whole slew of books.
And I'll show our piles. Now keep in mind before you see these piles,
we did bring a majority of them.
Majority of these books we brought with us. And also keep in mind these are not all of the books we will be bringing home.
No, we'll probably get more at the actual author tables.
You'll be getting at least 9.
No, because I picked up 1, so 8.
Okay, you'll be getting at least
Thank
8. I'll be getting at least 2 or 3.
Yeah, because we were able to pick up one of our pre-orders today.
Yeah, we got the anthology.
The special edition anthology, which is only available at this con.
It's called Smartass.
It says boobs on the calculator.
It does.
Makes me happy.
All right, and here's all the books. So we do have them sorted.
We do.
Do you want to show how we have them sorted?
Oh, yeah.
I can't read.
Yeah, I can. So, it's separated out into 2 signings. We have our morning signings, which is apparently when all the authors we wanted to see will be. And then this pile is our afternoon signings. These ones we just haven't sorted yet because we got these earlier today. But this is my morning pile, Sarah's morning pile, Sarah's afternoon pile, and my afternoon pile. So
I have a pile that's bigger than one of yours.
Yeah. So we've got a bunch of stuff. We have all of our wristbands in here. We're good to go.
Yeah, Callie's got her tote right there.
Yep.
I've got my bookmarks in the books. And then these are the anthologies. I was gonna show it. I don't think I
It's
can hold it
a
up
monster.
It's quite large.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for it to be that big.
745 pages, I believe, is what it says.
But it's got like a bunch of authors.
Like, it's so cool. It's really exciting. And here's the cover.
Yep.
So I don't know if it'll focus on the boobs. There you go.
But they also said, so all these authors are going to be here, and they'll have little donkey balloons at their table to sign these books.
So we're gonna have to do that.
Hell yeah.
But right now, we are going.
We are going to go to Capitol Hill, so none of our stuff, this was the only thing we needed to do this morning, was get our ticketed
Today,
wristbands.
period.
Huh?
Today, period, isn't
Correct.
it? Yeah, we aren't doing anything else
We have
today.
a happy hour event at 5
okay.
for the book influencers.
Oh, that's right.
But that's at 5, so we have plenty of time. So we're going to go bum around Capitol Hill. This is both of our first time in DC unchaperoned.
AKA since the 8th grade DC trip.
Since our 8th grade DC trip, so we're really excited.
Every 8th grader goes.
Yeah, right? So we're going to start at Lincoln Memorial, and not everything is open right now, so we figure we'll go to the stuff that's just kind of constantly open and go from there.
Sweet. Yeah. And we've had cup coffees.
I've had 2.
Me too.
I'm ready to go. I'm not twitching or anything.
No, not twitching at all.
But we're ready. We're going to try and get some writing done, try and do some sightseeing, all in the span of a day.
See what happens. Cool. All right, let's go.
All right.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's been a minute.
It has been a hot minute since we have filmed. So it's Saturday night. Hi, how's it going? It's been
It's like 9:30.
something like that.
It's been a long day.
a long couple days.
It has been a long couple days. We got up at 7 this morning so that we could get downstairs to get in line for the doors to open at 9 a.m.
Also, that was the latest we have gotten up all week. Like, all since we've gotten here, that is the latest we have gotten up.
You have no idea how excited we were when we were doing the math. Like, oh my god, we don't have to get up till 7.
Which is funny, because tomorrow for the plane, we have to get up at what?
5?
Yeah, this is gonna be great. This is our vacation.
This is a vacation.
So, let's go back a little bit, shall we? You saw some footage of us going to DC. We did do the touristy things. Neither of us have been here in a hot minute. I feel like I've been here since 8th grade, but I don't remember.
I definitely haven't.
But we did actually check out an indie bookstore. It was called Solid Straight Books in Washington, D.C. So we went there, and I did put a TikTok up, so if you want to see a brief look at the inside, you can check that out.
But we each got a book there to support. Yes, we limited ourselves to buying just one, but we still wanted to support an indie bookstore, so I ended up getting Beasts of Ruin by Yana Gray. This is the sequel to Beasts of Prey. And I saw it, I forgot it came out this week, and I didn't pre-order it, because I'm smart. So I bought a copy.
So, also, apologies for the light in here. We have, like, 2 functioning lamps.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. There's a big lamp in the corner. We can't figure out how to turn on, and I promise we're not idiots.
It's a vlog.
Usually.
It's okay.
And then I got The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. I've been hearing a lot about this book and a lot about Becky Chambers herself. She just came out with a new book. I don't remember what it's called, but she did just come out with a brand new book. And this is a sci-fi. I believe it's Slight Aliens, and I've just heard a lot of really good things about it over on BookTube, so yeah. Myself in the face with it.
So, we have separated this haul / wrap up to our vlog into books that we pre-ordered and books that we got on a whim. And books we got on a whim, my pile is equivalent to my pre-order pile.
Mine's not. I only pre-ordered like 6 books. 5, because turned out one of them I already had.
In our defense, an author bullied us with cheap books.
In my defense, an author literally handed me a bind up of books.
That did happen. We were walking around.
That was today, like the end of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, we can get to that one.
We can.
That'll be a good story.
That's good.
So we gotta watch for that story because it's kind of funny.
It was hysterical.
And we appreciate you.
Oh, yeah. So I think for the first one, we'll go through all the pre-orders we got. One of the
first book we picked up.
Yeah, the first book we picked up was on, I think we picked this up on Friday?
Yeah, Friday morning.
Friday morning. We picked this up after getting our ticketed author tickets. And that is the ApollyCon anthology, which is Smart Asses, which is great. It is a monster.
Yep.
And it's got a ton of authors, 5 of which weren't there. So you can see I still have my little tab. So I went and tried to find the authors that were there and had them sign their own story.
I found all of them.
I missed 2.
I met all. They're all very nice.
They were.
They were all very excited, and and even some of the authors that I talked to or met there that were not in this bind up were like, dude, I should have done that. That would have been amazing. This is a 745-page bind-up with 12 different short stories, all having to do with sexy nerd rom-coms.
That's all they advertised.
That's all they said, and they showed us this cover.
And I said, add to cart.
Basically, I'm very excited to read this. I'm really tempted to do like a readathon where I just read this in a weekend, all 12 of them, and kind of give my thoughts. So let us know if you are interested in readathons, because I have a bunch of books to read.
We have so many books now. Not that we didn't have a ton of books to begin with, but I'm looking at this pile.
Just going, I need to read these.
God.
Like, mine are right now already attacking me, so...
So this was one that we had in common. We had one other pre-order in common, and that was Bridget Kemmer, Forging Silver into Stars. Now, we met her last year for her Defy the Night tour, and when we saw that she was going to be there, we were really excited for a couple of reasons. One, she was so sweet when we met her the first time.
And she was still sweet this time.
She was still sweet this time. Second, it was less books that we had to bring to the con because they were already signed.
And we couldn't bring all 5 or 6...
So many. I think I have 7 books.
7 books of hers. I don't know how many. I have 4, I think, of hers. Plus, bring this. This is a chunker of a book, honestly. It really is. These are my order pages. That's what's in here.
Yeah.
So
I had her sign. So yeah, we had her sign this, and then I had her sign the pre-order incentive to this, because. Yes.
And they thought that was hilarious.
They did. They took a picture of it, and I was really proud. It was a good moment.
There.
So, one of my pre-orders, I pre-ordered 3 books from Laura Thalassa. I had Pestilence, but I had Death, War, and Famine pre-ordered, all to my name, and it was really cool to have her sign my name with all of these because Callie is the main character in her Rhapsodic series, and she got really excited about it. And it was a good feel-good moment.
She was so cute.
She was adorable.
All right. I pre-ordered 3 books from an author as well. From Chelsea Mueller, I pre-ordered Prom House. I pre-ordered Borrowed Souls. And I pre-ordered Casual Conversations About Love and Murder. She is a YA thriller author, and I have actually read Prom House. I gave it a 3 out of 5, but I did enjoy the idea behind it, and I like her writing style. I just predicted it, which is kind of my downfall with YA romance, or with YA thrillers. But Borrowed Souls is where your soul is actually used as currency, and then and this is about, I believe, best friends betraying each other, and then one ends up dead.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
The next author I pre-ordered 4 books from. Also, in my defense,
she has no chill.
I've read 3 out of 4 of these already. I just didn't own them. So I pre-ordered, these are Elise Kova, so Water's Wrath, Crystal Crowned, the Golden Guard trilogy, and Vortex Visions. So I've read these 3. I fell into a rabbit hole of Elise Kova a couple months ago and pre-ordered the crap out of these when I saw them. And this is the next series after Air Awakens, so I pre-ordered the first one just in case I didn't like it. I highly doubt that I won't like it, but that's how I justified this to myself.
That's fair. The next author I pre-ordered from, the last author I pre-ordered from was Jennifer Estep. Now, funny story there, I actually pre-ordered 2 books. I bought one of them because I forgot I pre-ordered it, so I now have 2 copies of it. I'm not showing them, but I have one that's signed now, and the other one is actually the second book in her Gargoyle Queen series, and this is Tear Down the Throne. I haven't actually read the first one in the Gargoyle Queen series, but I read the first chapter of it and was, like, instantly hooked on it. So I'm very excited to read it, and I really do enjoy her covers. She has a lot of really badass female characters, so yeah.
The last pre-order I had was Tessa Bailey, and that was My Killer Vacation. This was her newest drop, and I made a note, because she, in her TikToks, says that she likes to just draw things, and if we ever want things drawn, to just let her know. I told her to draw me a dirty picture, and she did. And I was so happy when I opened this book, you have no idea.
Next pile!
Yes. Next pile, yeah. So obviously this is a book convention, and we bought books on a whim. So the first one I did with the Tessa Bailey, I bought a copy of Fix Her Up because I didn't bring mine, and...
My bad.
It's fine.
It's at my house, so that's probably why she didn't bring it.
Probably not, but I wanted this book signed anyway, so I just bought a copy, and Sarah's gonna keep mine.
I have gained another book! To keep permanently. I ended up picking up Island Affair by Priscilla Olivieres. This is a media influencer story, and actually, honestly, the main reason I got this one is because this one has become very, very popular at the library, and there is a waiting list for it, and it is the first book in a series, and the second book is out as well. So if the first book is getting that much hype, it probably is very good.
Probably.
So I'm curious, and I think it's a fake dating trope. I'm not positive, but I'm curious.
Gotta love fake dating.
And she was super sweet, too. I really liked her. And she wrote a series that is actually based in Chicago, so.
Ooh.
Fun fact. I didn't buy that because she didn't have any copies left. And I was trying not to buy too many books, which I did anyways. But she did recommend that one, so I do have that title.
One of the ones I grabbed was The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa. I've been seeing this cover everywhere. I think it's adorable. And the concept sounds really fun. She was really sweet. So I was really glad that I grabbed one of these. And she gave me she just handed me a bunch of stickers.
The next ones I was really excited to get was I got books 2 and 3 in the Kingmaker Chronicles by Amanda Boucher, who she suddenly got like super popular at ApollyCon.
I don't know what happened. I've never heard of her until like 3 days ago.
Yeah, she
and
got
now
really popular
keep
about,
hearing her name
a couple weeks ago, and it was insane. But I got to meet her, and I have books 2, and this is book 2, and this is book 3. Breath of Fire and Heart on Fire. Oh. I already have the first book, which is A Promise of Fire, and I'm really excited for this series. Honestly, there are going to be 4. And she has a novella, I believe, that takes place between books 3 and 4 as well, that has just come out, but she, again, ran out of those. But she was really sweet, and I actually got 2 magnetic bookmarks from her as well, so I was very excited. But these are more fantastical romances, and they're enemies to lovers, because he kind of kidnaps her from the circus.
Gotta love the enemies to lovers.
Well, and then, Callie just talked about Elise Kova. I actually picked up an Elise Kova book while we were there. I have one, and I was hoping she didn't have a copy of The Alchemist of Loom, which is what I was looking for, because I don't like the cover I have. But I got Air Awakens on Callie's recommendation.
Because I won't shut up.
She won't shut up about it, so now I have it, and that is kind of the story there. But I am actually excited about it. It is The Library's Apprentice, A Sorcerer Prince, and An Unbreakable Magic Bond. I'm curious, and it's not very long either, which I honestly thought it was longer than this, so I'm curious about it.
I said I went through the entire series in a weekend.
That doesn't mean
I
funny.
wasn't. That's fair.
that means nothing. You could probably, if you wanted to, go through all of the Harry Potter books in a weekend.
That would be a commitment, but you're probably right.
But you could do it. Tell me you couldn't.
No. So Maggie Stiefvater was supposed to be here over the weekend, but she ended up getting sick and unable to come. I do. I was gonna grab Bravely for her to sign because I don't have any of her other books, and this is the first one that I've really been interested in. So even though she wasn't here, I still grabbed a copy to support her, even though she wasn't able to sign it. But it's a Merida post-Brave story. That's about all I got.
All right, I also visited Avery Flynn, who was one of the authors that was actually in our bind-up, and that's one of the reasons I visited her. And then we got talking, and I was wearing a Batman shirt all day, and we had like a full-on discussion about Batman. So I actually picked up 2 books from her. I got Parental Guidance, which is a hockey romance, which I found I enjoy, and then Tomboy. Mostly because it's called Tomboy. And she recommended it. And I was like, I mean, sure, why not? And then I also, another author that I talked to because of the anthology was Erin Malone. And she was super nice. I went to her table really early on because I saw the, so they put
little donkeys.
Little donkey balloons on all the tables of everybody who was in the anthology, and so I went right over to her table because no one was there, and I was like, hey, I recognize you because I was looking at her ebooks on Kindle Unlimited, and the Flirtosaurus was actually the one that I was eyeing up.
Her name's Calliope! Sorry, I got excited.
And it's fair, and she was super nice, and we ended up having a discussion about Batman for a little while, so... And she wrote in my book, Boning for a Living is a Blast. So, the main character is a paleontologist, and right there I am sold. There were very good reviews online, and it just looks adorable. I mean, this cover is so friggin' cute.
I ended up picking up The Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark.
We both got that one.
Oh, yeah.
I got this one, too.
So every time we were in line waiting, everyone sang Sophie Lark's praises. Mm-hmm. And I became intrigued. Now, this isn't the Sophie Lark book I wanted. I wanted There Will Be No Saints. They gave us strawberry earrings too.
They did.
That was a whole thing.
I don't have my ears pierced, but that's okay. My sister will probably appreciate them.
But yeah, so we grabbed this because everyone kept talking about how awesome her series were.
And this is a mafia romance.
This is a legit mafia romance, which I've never read.
Neither of us have read.
So I'm ready.
I'm kind of excited.
I'm so excited.
Really kind of excited about it, honestly. Another author that I really wanted to meet was Maria Vale, and I got the first book, the last one. It is bent at the edges because it is mass market paperback sized, and it kind of bends, but she was really sweet, and I had a good conversation with her, and I actually took bookmarks around to all of the authors and had them sign them. And she wasn't satisfied with just signing the bookmark, so she wrote the first opening line of the 5th book in this series. And the opening line, people, I'm gonna paraphrase, so I don't remember the exact words, were, was it, last night I ate my fiance.
Yeah.
I was just like, what? And so I have the first book. This is a werewolf romance. Now I need to know why he ate his fiance. What happened? Or she, for all I know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody ate their fiance, and I need to know why. And now I have 5 books to read to figure it out.
You do.
I don't know how I feel about this. But yeah, so thanks. She was very nice again, but I don't know how to respond to that. I love it. I also was in line for Tessa Bailey, and I picked up a copy of My Killer Vacation as well. Again, I've been hearing really good things about it, and it looks like a book that would be up my alley, honestly. I know Tessa Bailey is very, very well loved, but I haven't really read any of her.
It's like a mystery romance.
It
where
is.
He's a bounty hunter, and she's like on vacation and gets wrapped up into it.
And that just is completely up my alley.
Yeah.
So there isn't much more up my alley it can get.
I ended up picking up a copy of White Hot Kiss by JLA. I've been looking for this book for so long because I can't find it in any bookstore, and I always forget to order it, so when I saw that there was a copy of it, I snatched it up.
Yeah, I got one too, sorry.
Yep. So, this is one of her, I don't want to say older books, but this is one of her older books.
It is, it's, oh gosh, I think this is the second series she wrote?
I think
2014.
Yeah. So, I've just been roaming through my JLA, and I'm gonna add this to the list.
And I'm curious because this is a gargoyle romance.
Yes.
And I am intrigued because I have read a gargoyle romance by her. I read Storm and Fury.
That's the prequel to...
This is the prequel to Storm and Fury, and I've read the first book, at least, in Storm and Fury, and I'm curious what happened before that. So, to add to my collection of shirtless men books, apparently, I actually did pick up a copy of Pestilence, because... honestly, I wasn't sure what to think of it until everybody at ApollyCon wouldn't stop talking about it, literally. So I picked it up because I give in to peer pressure very easily, especially when it comes to books. So yeah. I picked it up, and I am interested in reading it. I really am.
Next up, I have Played by the Rockstar by Christina Hovland, and I'm gonna be honest, I've picked up this book from her booth because she posted on the group page a very inappropriate joke that had me cackling. So I booked it to her booth to grab the item that had the joke, and I did. And then I got talking to her, and she was like, you should start with this book. And I'm like, please say less.
And so she bought the book.
And so I bought this Rockstar Romance, which in my defense, I've never read a Rockstar Romance, and now I'm ready. And she gave me a guitar pick with dirty words on it.
The next 2 books I picked up
are more shirtless men.
It's more shirtless men.
Without heads!
They're all headless, I don't understand!
This one has a head.
He does. These ones are headless, and I don't understand why they're headless. Anyway, sorry. I got 2 sports romances. This one is actually a soccer romance, which I feel like I haven't seen very often. People talk about hockey romances a lot, but I don't see a lot about soccer romances. And soccer is actually a sport I understand and am willing to watch. So this is Juked by Emmy Carter, and I got Under Fire by Emmy Carter. These are both first books in series. This one is an ice hockey romance, so yes, this is the first book in the Florida Glaze series. She also recommended another author, and I have forgotten, but it was for a football romance, if I ever got into that. And when I told her I wasn't a big fan, she said, that's okay. Everybody else can watch the Super Bowl and you can read dirty books. And I was like, this sounds good.
These authors were great.
These authors were amazing.
They were.
And I would like to be friends with all of them, please.
Oh my god, yes.
But she also, with this, she also gave us the link for the prequel that is only available on her website. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, so they're not long books. Like, these are under this is actually longer than I thought. This is only like 250 pages, but yes, so I'm expecting it to be probably quite smutty. I believe this one is actually a second chance romance. I don't know about the soccer one. No clue. Okay, now it's story time. So let's have some story time.
So
it starts with Callie.
It does. This is my fault. Sarah had a higher ticket number for Tessa Bailey, so I was kind of like off to the side talking to her because I was in between my ticket numbers. Because so essentially, when we were in the signing rooms, we didn't really hang out.
No, we were not together really at all for
No.
any of the signings until the afternoon, where we did wait in a couple lines together because our numbers were pretty close.
Yeah, they were.
But honestly, that was just happenstance. Normally, what they did is that they randomly picked out wristband, and the wristbands had numbers on them. I have not saved any of mine, sorry.
I haven't either.
Right, I got rid of them as soon as we were done. And these were the ticketed authors, and so these were the authors that were very highly sought after, like JLA, Helena Hunting, Tessa Bailey, I'm drawing blank on all the names.
Allie Hazelwood.
Allie Hazelwood was another
Elise
very big
Kova,
one. A lot of them. And so one of them, Tessa Bailey, Callie had a higher number than I did, technically a lower number than I did, so she was able to get in. No, you got in line before me or after me?
After, so I had a higher number than you.
So she had a higher number, so she was waiting for her number to be called while I was in line, so she was just chilling, hanging out with me.
And Tessa was taking way too long. Like,
she did.
It was great. In a great way.
Because she took pictures with everybody, and she was so sweet.
Yeah.
But it was taking a while, so I just chilled.
So yeah, she chilled in line so that she wouldn't lose her spot, which was fine. I naturally sought out shiny things.
She got distracted.
And there was an author that I've been meaning to get to this author, and I went to her booth, and she had so many books, it was so overwhelming. I looked at her, and this is Kimberly Kincaid.
I think this is from Chelsea Palmer.
I think
Chelsea's the one that at least I heard about this author.
That or TikTok, I have no idea. But she had so many books out on her stand, and she's like, hey, do you have books to sign? I'm like, no. Where do I start? And she looked at me and went, this is my favorite question. Got up, came around to my side of the booth and handed me these. So I have the entire
Station 17.
Station 17 series, which is a firefighter romance.
Didn't know we needed this in our life.
I didn't know I needed it, but I did. So, and I only grabbed all of them. I originally grabbed one, and she's like, I'm gonna throw a kink in your plan to just grab this one book, and don't take this the wrong way. And I'm like, I'm listening. And she was like, you can buy one for $12, or you can buy the entire series and essentially get 2 books for free. And I'm like, okay.
Yep.
So I came back to Sarah, who was still in the same spot in line, might I add you, and she just sees me with all these books.
And Callie just looks at me and goes, go to Kimberly Kincaid's booth and ask her for the series.
Yep.
She didn't tell me which series. She just said, go there and tell her you want to read the series. Yep. And I just went, okay.
So also,
and then 20 minutes later, well, actually like 5 minutes later, I got out of the line, and then I had to run to another line. Anyways, by the time I got back there, I walked up, and she knew exactly what series I was talking about. Like, when I say these authors are brilliant, they are.
Oh my god, it was hysterical.
So,
also funny enough,
it continues. The story is not done there, but I have all 4 of them plus the novella as well.
Yep.
There is a funny story with the last book in this series, and I'm almost ashamed of this.
A little bit. So
I'm a little ashamed of this.
A little. So Kimberly Kincaid, in her hilarity, she told us this guy, this model, this lovely, very attractive man on the cover
is an
was
author.
There.
He's a friggin' author.
So she pointed us to where his booth was
and told us to go get his.
So we have our book signed by not only the author but the cover model.
And apparently he was overheard saying, "What the hell? I'm signing more of your books than my own." Kimberly Kincaid, what the hell?
I felt a little bad, but it was way too funny.
I later realized, I didn't know this at the time because we were exhausted. This was the end of the morning.
Very end.
And we literally came back here and nearly crashed.
Yeah.
I felt really bad because I didn't find out until later that I would have read his books too, because it was a thriller, and I was like, dude, that sounds awesome. And then I went, oh, I can't go back into that.
Yeah. Once you.
So I'm really sorry, but I would definitely read your thriller. I was really tired.
We were very tired.
What is it? BT something, and I'm really sorry. I do feel bad.
It's a co-written book between this guy and wife.
And they're both authors. They both have
They
their
were
own
both
books,
there.
and then they both co-wrote a book, and I think that's really cute.
Oh, it was so funny.
And I didn't realize it until later.
I don't know if you saw, but his wife saw us and giggled.
Yeah. She thought it was hilarious.
Oh, she was living for it.
I found their TikTok, actually.
Oh my god.
And she did a video of herself walking up to fangirl on him, and he was not amused. But I was like, yeah, I like them. They're cute. I should buy their books now.
We definitely should. But I did not have the willpower to look at another back of the book and read it.
Sorry if the angle had changed the battery.
Yep.
We were talking for too long.
So when we got back to the hotel after our final signing, we packed up our bags to see how much room we had. We had way more room than we thought. So
which is really exciting because for a while we were worried we were gonna have to buy another suitcase.
That was a concern. But we have plenty of room. So naturally what we did was we went back to go buy more books.
Which we did do a little late because by the time we actually worked up the energy to pack the suitcases, technically everything had closed.
Yeah.
Which was unfortunate. I did miss out on a giveaway that apparently I won. And then I didn't check my email, and that one's on me. So Sonali Dev, I apologize wholeheartedly because I would have been like so excited to read one of your arcs. Like so fucking excited. Sorry, but
so we didn't know everything was closed because it said online that they were still open.
The bookstore would still be open. Was what it said would still be open. So we were gonna check the bookstore for some more books because we're like, there's some other things that we didn't buy that would be kind of cool to support some of these authors, like we've kind of been saying this whole time, which. I don't need to spend more money.
I know. But so we get upstairs and the bookstore's closed, but one of the authors was doing a scavenger hunt and we just happened upon her hiding books.
Literally, like walked upon her and she's walking down the hallway and she hands me this behemoth of a thing.
So Lauren the Lass is just going out just hiding books, and we found
her books away, so we got them for free.
Yeah.
So what these authors have been doing throughout the weekend is like they would just take some of their extra stock and they'd hide it in the hotel and said, go find me.
Go nuts.
What?
Yeah.
And we found these outside of where the bookstore was. So this is the entire series, the Fallen World trilogy.
Yeah, these are all Lorith the Lassa.
Oh, the Fallen World trilogy.
Yes.
I don't know what those books consist of.
Don't either.
The first one is The Queen of All That Dies. Oh dear.
Love it.
Okay, so we have The Queen of All That Dies, The Queen of Traitors, and The Queen of All That Lives. Are all in this book, and they're solid size. This is a nice floppy paperback.
Yes, nice floppy one.
And then I have the Complete Bargainer series, which is the Rhapsodic Quartet.
Trilogy.
No.
That's the Horseman Quartet.
I thought it's a quartet on the back. Sorry, my bad. Oh, it just says series. My bad. So it's a trilogy.
Yeah.
And what's in this one, Callie?
Rhapsodic, The Strange Hymn, and The Dark Harmony.
So I have all of those now. And this behemoth of a thing with tiny print. Holy shnikes!
The books are long.
Like this is tiny print though. Sorry, but these are tiny. I'm gonna need reading glasses for this.
Probably, yeah.
I'm old. I need reading glasses.
So some other fun things that we ended up getting. We both ended up with a tote. I ended up with a guild tote from Raven Kennedy. She was just handing these out, and I was really excited about it. So now I have a Raven Kennedy tote.
And surprisingly enough, I have a JLA tote, but the main reason I actually got it says hashtag brace yourselves. The main reason I got this was because my tote bag broke. We were getting ready for the afternoon, and I noticed there were 2 holes in my tote bag, and one was like where the handle attaches to the bag, and I just went, well, shit. So I went to pick up a mug, which is in a box, and I'm really sorry I don't want to go unbox it right now. I'm actually really excited about it.
It's really good. It looks good.
I try to get a mug everywhere I go, so this was when I got, and then I picked up the tote at the same time. This tote, you could fit a small child in it.
That's how they advertise those, fun fact.
I believe it. I'm not even surprised. But this thing is huge. It fit all of my books that I bought this afternoon and that I had for signings, including the giant anthology.
Yeah.
So I was impressed. Like, this thing is huge.
Like, I brought a backpack, and all of the stuff that I had to put in a backpack fit in there.
Yep. Easily. And there was room. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of crazy. And I will treasure this, because this is also, like, really good quality, material, too. Yeah. So, thank you, JLA, for that. I also got a second bag.
Oh, you did get a second bag.
And this one I got for pre-ordering... which one's... Oh, for pre-ordering with Chelsea Mueller. And I got a Chelsea Mueller bag, which I could have known. It says Chelsea Mueller on it. And it's got a anatomical heart on it. And it says badass books with heart. So this is a drawstring bag, and I actually did use it for the rest of the day because I needed another bag as well. So it was nice of them to hand out bags, and they also handed out fans because it got hot in there. It was so warm. We also have countless bookmarks.
Oh, so much swag that we could not even put that in a video. No. Well, she got a mug. I ended up getting the ApollyCon tumbler, which I was really happy about.
And they look so cool.
They do. So, really excited about the tumbler. The last thing that we ended up getting... Do you not have your thing? You're just packed away.
Mine's packed away, sorry. Okay. So we're just going to show you Callie's for now.
So we did Bookbo, was our other big pre-order.
Oh, look, I got my bill.
And they were offering 2 things. The book sleeve to have signed, and I got a couple. So I showed off my tote that I brought. It's packed away right now, but I ended up filling it up. It's full. I have to get a new one.
All the lines are filled.
It's great. So I have an overflow on this one. And I'll do this one until I buy another new tote. And then we have these, which are meant to sit in your lap while you read. We've been using them as neck pillows.
Because they were so soft. It's so comfortable. Oh my gosh, they're so nice.
They're so nice. But they're these really cool ApollyCon special little pillows.
And these are Bookbo. So they were Bookbo ApollyCon exclusives for this year, and they look really cool.
They do. They've got the From Blood and Ash theme.
Mm-hmm. So
it's great. I was a little worried. I'd never had one of these things before. I thought they were kind of silly.
And then I took a nap on mine.
And then we passed out on these on Thursday and went, nope, this was a worthy purchase.
This is the pillow. So these are coming on the plane with us tomorrow.
Yep.
As plane pillows, and you better believe that's what we're using them for.
Yep.
So
I'll eventually use it for its purpose, but for now it's a pillow.
We'll see. I might not. It might just be a pillow for me. But whatever it is, it will get its use.
It will. This was a worthy purchase.
And we did each get a t-shirt as well.
I got a few.
You got a couple t-shirts. I only got one t-shirt, actually.
I got 2 t-shirts, and then I got a cropped hoodie.
Yeah.
Which are packed away.
So again, these are packed away, so sorry we're not showing you all these, but also it's like 10 o'clock at night, and we need to be up in 7 hours, and we started packing when we should probably show the books and finish this vlog.
Yeah, so we gotta repack up all this shit.
Let me just show you what all we need to pack up now, okay? Because you're also sitting on a pile of books. just so you know. So we've got all of the books, my pile of books, and then the other pile of books, and then we just need to pack everything up. So, yes.
So, we've done the thing. We have done the ApollyCon.
We did the book convention. This was our first convention that we've either been, or our first book convention. I've been to a convention, but not a book convention before.
Yes.
So,
final thoughts. Today was definitely the best day.
Today made everything worth it.
Yes.
Today made the stress of the last 3 days worth it.
Thursday and Friday were a hot mess.
And unfortunately,
caused a lot of issues.
It caused a lot of issues, not with our group, but with the other two groups who did pay a lot more for their tickets. I know that a lot of Titans were really frustrated. A lot of people who had the Titan tickets, which is the highest tier ticket you could get. We had the lowest tier ticket.
We had the lowest tier.
We did, and we were honestly, I think our day went the best, went the smoothest.
Yeah.
But the Titan tier, I think they were still figuring things out, or I don't know what they were doing.
I don't know what happened.
Whatever it was, I talked to a bunch of people, and a lot of people were complaining about it, unfortunately. And I hate to say that, because I had a good time.
Yeah.
Today.
I think their worry from the past 2 days leaked into our worry, because in our minds, if the Titans are worrying,
then we're
screwed.
Yeah.
But everything ended up turning out good, even with the whole ticketed system, which was still a little sketchy, but it ended up working pretty well. All the staff were really nice. The volunteers were great.
We made friends with several of the volunteers.
Several of them.
Really sweet people. Yeah, so that was nice.
Would do again.
Would do again.
Would do again.
Am not convinced
that Titan
that we
worth
need
it.
Titan. That Titan is worth it. But would love to do the panels and the Q&As next year.
That's the thing I'd like to do.
And we're not sure how they're doing it. Tickets are going on sale in August, so this month, for the month that this will be going up, for next year's, which is in April already, which seems so soon.
I know. I would go again, and I'll try and get tickets again for next year. This was really fun. We're gonna try and convince a different friend to join us next year, make the trip a little bit cheaper.
Right.
But overall, this was great. This was a great, just bookish weekend.
It really was, and we met a lot of people, and it was honestly very, I don't want to say rewarding, because that's not the right word. It was very, satisfying to see so many nerds.
So many bookish people in one spot.
And to, we're all sitting and waiting in line, and just everyone pulls out a book.
Everyone pulled out the Kindle.
Literally, we had groups of 12 people that we just sat there, we read on the Kindle. We did that for hours.
I finished a book on my Kindle during waiting out for lines.
And we did we did spend a lot of time in line.
We did.
We really did. That is one downside.
But that was.
But we also expected to spend a lot of time in lines.
It even says it on her mug.
My mug actually says a time waited in lines and whatever it says.
But everything we waited for, I found it was either it helped prevent issues in the future for us, and it was for shopping.
Yeah.
Which we expected the longer lines for the shopping.
Yeah, exactly. We did get lucky in some points. We showed up early to events, and so we were able to get in pretty quickly on those things. We got into the store on Thursday morning. On Friday morning, right as it opened. So we were able to have first pick of all the bookstore books, which was amazing.
That was awesome.
I will say, I do wish we had seen the panels, because everyone was, I wouldn't say everyone was talking about them, but I heard a lot of people going on about how interesting lots of them were.
Yeah, I would have loved to go to the panels, but...
And there is a Q&A tomorrow morning.
The Q&A is tomorrow. No, the brunch is tomorrow.
The brunch and the Q&A.
Then the Q&A.
Yeah, it is tomorrow morning.
Then the JLA Q&A.
Yeah, which we're going to be on a plane anyway.
We'll be home.
We'll be home
by the time
any of that happens. But we would have, obviously, if we had gotten those tickets, we would have accounted in travel for that.
Naturally, but we didn't get any of those tickets.
We didn't, so we didn't have to worry about it. But and we did get to go see DC for a while, which was cool. And we did have actually a good time seeing the sites of DC. We went to a couple different museums. We walked to the Capitol.
We walked from Lincoln Memorial to the Capitol. That was great.
It was.
Which probably, in hindsight, not a smart play when we were going to be walking around all day today.
Yeah, our lives are going to be very upset all week. They're already upset, but I mean...
But it was still really cool to go and see those sites since we didn't really remember I remember seeing them, but being an adult and not being with a giant group of jerkish 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Much different experience.
And since I was here last, I know that they've redone a lot of the museums, because I remember the exhibits, but they didn't look the same.
Yeah.
Like, I know they redid the American History Museum. That is not what it looked like. And we confirmed that with the dates they have.
We did.
For the dates they have in one of the exhibits for the original American flag.
The Star Spangled.
And I was like, I'm pretty sure it wasn't there last I was here, and we looked, and it definitely wasn't there last time I was here. So I feel old.
It was there when it was like that when I went, not when she went.
I'm old, I know. I was here over 20...
Not 20.
Not 20. Over 15 years ago, I was here. Yeah.
I was here in 08.
I was here in 03.
Yeah. So yeah, almost 20 actually.
It is almost 20 years ago. God, I'm old. God, it's not helping.
I think the only thing I was sad that we couldn't do is Air and Space, but they are closed until the fall.
So that was just from what it sounded like, they have construction going on.
They're
like
redoing
changing.
that.
So
maybe next year if we don't get Titan.
Yeah, we'll see. But,
or we don't want Titan.
Yeah. We'll have to see.
Yeah. It depends on the panel access. If panel access is only going to be for Titan, I would find that worth it.
I agree. If panel access is something separate,
then we'll probably do Deity and Panel.
Deity and Panel would be plenty.
Yeah.
Because I don't think... And it doesn't sound like the people who had Titan thought it was worth it.
Yeah.
Which is very unfortunate.
It is.
And I feel bad.
I know that they were able to do a lot more, but it felt like all that was really cumbersome for them.
Yeah, and it felt very, I don't know.
Discombobulated.
It did a little bit, which is unfortunate.
It was. I think being the first big event since COVID hit, it was a bit of a cluster. But hopefully they learned from this year and it just gets better with each year. Because I even heard that it was the same amount of people the last time, but it wasn't this disorganized.
Yeah.
But
I think everybody's just getting used to being in public
again. There's a lot of things in play.
Yeah, we were masked the whole time.
Yes.
That we were in any ApollyCon area. We're not required to be masked in DC or in the hotels.
It was for
but
ApollyCon.
For ApollyCon, you were required to be masked. So they did take some precautions. But yeah, and some of the authors actually had one of the plastic shields in front of them that we have at the library. So
yep.
Yeah.
But it was a great experience. They've already handed out the main author list for next year, which looks really good as well. So really excited to potentially go to that one as well. But I think that's it on my thoughts.
I think that's all I really have too. I thought it was interesting too. So I also came into this as someone who doesn't read a lot of romance. And I have to say, it was a very welcoming environment. It was very much a lot of people being like, oh, have you read this? And instead of, what do you mean you haven't read this? Be like, oh, so if you haven't, you need to start here and do this, this, and this. And like, okay.
Everyone was so helpful.
Everyone was super into it. Everyone was very excited to be sharing things. And like, we got into discussions about books. We got into, like, you get into theories. It's very interesting to go to this. And I don't know if this is true with all book conventions. I hope it is, because that'd be really cool. But it's also probably because we had a lot of downtime.
We did have a lot of downtime.
And we got to know a lot of people. We sat next to people for an hour and a half on end.
Yep.
So, but like, I haven't read all of Sarah J. Maas and I haven't read all of JLA, and I didn't feel judged for that, which is nice. I actually met some people who also hadn't read it and who kind of pointed me in the direction of some authors who are similar, but maybe not quite so mainstream, if that makes sense. So they kind of pushed me that way, and that was kind of cool to see as well. And to have people who are like all over the place, not just in the main things. Like, you get to meet so many people, and you get to meet so many different authors, and the authors recommend other authors.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Like, it's really neat. So
that, and I think what was really cool is when they found out your kind of reading taste. Like, one of the things I really enjoyed was when I was sitting in one of the lines was, well, yes, we all had our Kindles. There was a moment where we all looked up and went, what are you reading?
Yep. I want to know. I want to know.
And so we would trade what books we were reading, and they're like, oh, if you liked that, you should read this. And then, like, we each gave each other more for our TBRs and to expand our palettes. And I thought that was really cool.
Or if we didn't know the book, you give them a quick little synopsis.
Yeah.
And it was exciting. It was, again, we were just surrounded by book nerds for
oh
a
my god,
weekend,
it was so
really
great.
Nice.
Book people are great people.
All right, I think that's what we got. This video is going to be like an hour long at this rate.
So this has been great. It's been a fun, I want to say vlog. But
yeah, basically, it's basically been us talking and showing you books.
Yep.
So, but nothing new.
No, nothing new at all. So, thanks for watching. We post videos every Tuesday, Thursday, with the occasional Sunday.
If you want to be reminded when we post these videos, hit the little bell icon down below, and please subscribe. So, yes.
And we'll see you guys in our next video.
Bye!